As NFL bye weeks start, fantasy football running backs become much shakier propositions week to week. With the Minnesota Vikings and Houston Texans on bye week, 3 starter-worthy backs, Jordan Mason, Nick Chubb, Woody Marks, must be replaced in lineups. Scroll for how we're lining up running backs for Week 6 fantasy leagues, both every week starters and this week's backfield sleepers, with our RB fantasy player rankings. Fantasy RB Week 6 rankings. This running back list will be updated Tuesday to account for Week 5 Monday Night Football players and teams with Week 6 matchups against MNF competitors. Please note these weekly fantasy rankings reflect point per reception, PPR, scoring. Which fantasy running backs have a Week 6 bye? Replace these RBs before your matchup: Nick Chubb and Woody Marks, Houston Texans. Jordan Mason, Xavier Scott, and Cam Akers, Minnesota Vikings. Aaron Jones, Minnesota Vikings, on IRR, could return Week 8 fantasy lineup tips. Week 6 start him, sit him, Week 6 sleepers, Week 6 busts, Week 6 waiver wire. Who are the top running backs for fantasy Week 6? Volume hounds Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, fresh off bye, Christian McCaffrey, and James Cook comprise Tier 1 as of Monday. Josh Jacobs has a tasty matchup ahead of him in the Cincinnati Bengals, ranking him in the same Tier 2 as the surging Javonte Williams, Devon Achance, and, depending on Chuba Hubbard's ability to return from his calf injury, Rico Dowdle, fresh off his monstrous 234-yard performance from scrimmage. Kyren Williams' fumble and running up the gut issues can't keep him from RB1, RB2 territory, especially with his Los Angeles Rams facing the injury-riddled Baltimore Ravens defense. Which RB sleepers should I start in Week 6? Following his Week 5 resurgence, 150 scrimmage yards, 2 rushing TDs, Bill Jackery Krosky Merritt should pummel the Chicago Bears defensive front. If you're scraping by for the bye weeks, the Rams' Blake Corum could capture some crumbs from Williams as a complimentary back against the Ravens. The Seattle Seahawks defense allowed Rachaad White to score twice in Week 5, meaning Bashal Tutin could have flex appeal even in backup work to Travis Etienne for the Jacksonville Jaguars.